Hi, welcome to Books of Yarn. My name is Anna. If you watch any of my previous video, my voice is still gone, but I did wanted to do this as a walkthrough tutorial. So forgive me if my voice sounds crappy, but I didn't want to put this video off because I don't know, I'm not really sure my voice will fully come back, and then I don't want to go days without posting. So since Valentine's is coming up, it's actually next Thursday. So I thought it would be the perfect time to teach you how to make one of these beautiful rolls. Now I won't be showing you how to make this exact size, but I'll be teaching you how to make any size. Once you know the rules, you can basically make any size you want. Now this is a no-sew pattern, and because I'm a little lazy sometimes, well, most of the times. But I did glue this, so you will definitely need glue. Now, the first time I made one of these, I used Dollar Tree's craft glue. It was not to my liking. It did glue the project, but it wasn't to my liking, so I went ahead and ordered one of these cheap glue gun on Temu. Now, my gluing with the glue gun is not perfect either. I'm not sure if it's a glue gun or it's me, because as you can see the glue right there. If you can see, because this takes long to focus sometimes, but as you can see, there's glue there and there's glue there, but these were made for me. I do want to make more in the future because I usually have them in a vase right here that I bought on Temu, but it's not entirely the best. It keeps falling down, so I do want to make more. This is actually the size that we will be making, just a mini. This will be the demo, and from this you basically will know how to make any size. And I'm using one of these small things just to demonstrate, and we'll actually make this thing. These are actually keychains that I sell on my website. Talking about website, I do have a sale going on right now, Valentine sale, where you do get 10% off any hat purchase that you made. You make. Why am I saying made? Hopefully you made a purchase, or you will make a purchase. The code is actually Feb14, and once you're at checkout, you use that and you get 10% off. If you do spend over $100, that's actually also free shipping. Now I know you're not here for that, but as a business owner, I do have to promote my business every chance I get. So I do hope you definitely check it out. I'm always making hats. I actually put up some hats on my website today, but I'm gonna actually have to do a timestamp of when I actually start the video so that some of you don't get mad. But yeah, I'm gonna go get a Coke or something because my throat is very dry, and then I'll be right back. So I have my Pepsi and I'm ready. Now I'm using a 5mm hook. I would recommend that you don't go higher than a 5, and if you do go higher than a 5, make it be a 6. However, it also all depends on your yarn. But all the times I've seen these made, and in all the times I've made these, I've never gone beyond a 5mm hook. So I also suggest that you don't. But experiment. If you do manage to do it with an 8 and it comes out really good, I'll definitely love to hear. Also, now, since this is all for Valentine's Day, now, if you do, I don't know. Usually I don't do this much talking in my tutorials, but I'm a little bit chatty today. Funny, especially since I don't have a voice. It is a time that I shouldn't be chatty. But here are the rules. The rules is you always want to chain an even number. So if you chain 20, this is the size it's gonna get. This is how small your rows will be. If you chain, I think, if you chain 60, this is how big your rows is gonna be. And if you chain 54, I think this is how big your rows is gonna be. So you always want to start off with an even number. sorry. Since this is 20, I'm gonna chain probably, let me see. Hmm. 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 I'm gonna stick to 20, which is probably best. So I'm probably gonna actually have to move this timestamp to here instead. Because I don't want you all getting mad at me saying that you came in for tutorial and I'm all shouting and I don't have any voice. Well, this is normally how I do my chain when I'm starting it. Some people like to just do it like this and pull it up. Truth be told, you do what it feels more comfortable and more natural to you. No one's gonna kill you for that. Because when I started teaching myself to crochet again as an adult, I was trying to wrap the yarn around my finger like I see everyone else, and that was not working for me. So if that doesn't work for you, that's fine. I don't wrap the yarn around my finger a million times either. But we're gonna do even number. So you can do 10, you can do 10, 20, 30, you can even do 8. But as I say, this is what a size 20 rose will look like. So if you're going for like this, I'd advise against going so small. 60 is good. This is very, very fluffy, to be honest, and I really love it. So I'm gonna chain 30 to see what 30 will look like. So I finished chaining my doing my chain 30, and this is it. So row 1, we usually do a single crochet across. Now, if you still by now have not got the hang of doing a single crochet, I will leave a link to my how to do basic crochet stitches here so you can get a better understanding. I don't know, my speech is bad sometimes. So all you do is the second chain from the hook. So the one on the hook is called a loop. It's not a chain. So the second chain is 1, 2. You're going to just insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. That is your first single crochet, and you're going to do 29 more of these. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And you're going to do this until you're at the end, and then I'll tell you how to get row 2 started. Sometimes the yarn be fighting me, and I just don't want to be fighting with the yarn. Now I do have a quick question. Now, would you guys rather see the normal tutorials that I do, or are you okay with the tutorials where I tend, like now where I'm talking a bunch? So I do want to, I don't know. I try to be more social sometimes. It can be very awkward, and I don't really know what people like. I know what I like. I know what I watch when I go on YouTube. Actually, sometimes it depends on the mood I'm in. Sometimes I just want to go and I just want to watch. And other times I want to hear what their crocheting experience is like. So I'm that person who I'll go on YouTube and I'll watch a 2-hour video. Now, I think there's this booktuber, because I also read, named Carrie Reads. She did this breakdown of the Actar series, and I mean, I sat down and I watched her talk for 2 hours. And when I look back sometimes, I find it hard to believe that I actually sat down and watched and listened to her talk, because on some days I don't want to hear the sound of anyone's voice, not even my own. And other times, depending on the mood I'm in, when I'm looking for a tutorial, sometimes I just want a quick tutorial. Other times, I want to hear them talking and giving little tips and hints here and there. Other times, I absolutely don't. But because I try to make my tutorials as short as possible, like probably 15 minutes or 20 minutes the most. But I've watched 47-minute tutorials for basic stuff, and I'm like, if I watch this and I enjoy it, would other people watch and enjoy my content? But then again, maybe I'm not as excited as those other people. It's not like I'm downgrading myself or whatever, but I know I can be a very boring person. Now, at the end of row one, you're gonna chain one and turn your work. Now, once you turn your work, you're gonna chain four. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in all, you should have 5 chains. And then in the first stitch here, like in the last single crochet you did before you did the chain 5, you're gonna do a double crochet. So that's yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2, pull through 2. And that's basically how it's gonna look. It probably looks a little funny, but oopsie, but that's okay. Then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna skip one. So in the third double crochet, you're gonna put in the third single crochet, you're gonna put another double crochet, and it's gonna look like this. Then you're gonna chain 2, and in that same stitch you're gonna put a double crochet, which is, I'm gonna show you again. And so this is what it will look like loop V, okay, inverted triangle, triangle, inverted triangle. So after you have this nice V, you're gonna skip one. So you yarn over, and in this, after skipping one, in the second single crochet, you're gonna insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 2, and then in the same stitch you're gonna do a double crochet, and this is gonna be the pattern until we're at the end. And this is basically row 2. Alright, so I'm at the end of row 2. So because you started with an even number, you would have, say you start with 30, you would end up having 30, 29 single crochet to start with. So if you notice, we started with this thing here and we ended with one of these. That's how it's supposed to end. if you end up with this at the end, that means you had actually started with an odd number instead of an even number. Sorry. Now, once you're at the end of row 2, you're gonna chain 1, turn your work, and at the top of the double crochet from the last row, sorry if I'm too close to the camera, you're gonna put a single crochet. And in this space right here, in the inverted triangle, you're gonna put 5 double crochets. So there you have it, your 5 double crochets. Now the top right here in between the triangular space, you're gonna put 1 single crochet. In the inverted triangle, once again, 5 double crochets. It's like sometimes when I'm crocheting, my brain doesn't work because I always say the wrong things, especially when I'm doing these tutorials. And then sometimes I don't even notice until I'm editing, and then at that time I'm like, I cannot video that entire thing again, record that entire thing again. So there we have it in our triangular space. We're gonna do 1 single crochet, and this is basically our little flower, what do you call it, petal, basically forming this this thing here. I mean, this is one beautiful flower. Happy Valentine's to myself. Gonna probably make some of these for myself. I always wanted to make a bouquet, but I need a vase first. I'm gonna have to buy a vase, and then I can think about making myself a crochet bouquet. There are YouTubers, however, or businesses that actually do make those bouquets. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, if when I'm editing this, I find who actually learned to do this from, I'll tag them. I know I know them on TikTok, but I'm not sure if they are on YouTube, because for some reason some people are on TikTok and they're not on YouTube. Some people are on YouTube and they're not on TikTok. Talking about TikTok, I am on TikTok. I don't always post a lot because I don't know how these social media people do it, these influencers. How do they manage Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok? Is someone posting the content for them? How are they doing this? And then to run your own business. I mean, I don't think these people have the same 24 hours a day that I do, but I'm trying. So my name on TikTok is Books of Yarns. I do some TikTok trends every now and then, and I post crochet tutorials, like mini versions, like 1-minute versions of these tutorials. There isn't a lot you can learn in a minute, but you know, who knows? Now, when I'm at the end here, remember where we did the chain 5? Why do I always say train? The chain 5. Now, there's 1, 2, in once I've done like 4 of the double crochets, I normally do the last double crochet in like the 3rd chain, just to kind of keep it in one place. You don't have to because you're gonna glue this or sew this anyways, but I like to do it. Just thought you might want to know. Now we're just gonna go ahead and tie these together because you're gonna glue it or sew it, so you don't have to worry about weaving anything in. Just don't tie them too tight. And clip it, but not too close, just in case it unravels, because that has happened to me once, and I did learn my lesson. This back. I'm gonna need to. Oh, I don't need to get any glue. All right, so I'm gonna get this glue gun connected, and then I'll show you how to glue this thing together. Shoot. We do have to make the leaves. Alright, so for the sake of my leaf, I'm going to use this. Now, this is very important. Now, because this is way smaller, the sizing for the leaves is going to be smaller too. Because we notice this covers it. But for these, when you do it like this, I didn't want it to be covered, so I made it like this. Now, if you do a bigger one, like from like 54 to 60, now you're gonna, okay, I'm gonna show you. We're gonna make the leaf by doing a magic ring. If you don't know how to do a magic ring, I guess you could chain 4 and do a slip stitch in the 4th stitch and then work in the middle. But magic ring. I need to take some medicine or something. I did make some lemonade this morning and some honey, and my voice was a lot better. I think I might need an evening dose. So once you have your magic ring, you're gonna chain 1. So if you're doing a small one like this, you're gonna do 6 half double crochets inside the ring. If it's a big one like this, it's gonna be 10. So if it's small, 6. If it's bigger, then it's 10. And I do apologize if I seem all over the place. It's a lot different when you are crocheting than when you're telling someone how to crochet. Because when you get a lot better at crocheting, everything's gonna come so natural to you that you're not gonna think about it. But when I have to tell someone how to do it, I'm constantly thinking, and then I'm trying to work up ways that you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about without sounding too confusing to you. Because I know exactly what I'm saying, but do you know exactly what I'm saying? And once you have your 6 or your 10, you're gonna go ahead and just tighten your ring. Make it as tight as possible. Then you're gonna slip stitch in 1, 2, 3 in your first half double crochet. Sometimes the yarn makes my teeth and edges. And then in each of your half double crochets, after you chain one, you're gonna go ahead and make 2 half double crochets in each of that. So if you did 6, you're supposed to end up with 12. If you did 10, you're gonna end up with 20. Alright, so at the end, you're gonna go ahead and slip stitch in the first half double crochet. Now, if you did the big one, you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna chain 6, and then in the second chain from the hook, you're gonna do a slip stitch. In the third, a single crochet. In the fourth, a half double. In the fifth, a double crochet. In the sixth, a treble crochet. Now, if you don't know how to do this, I'll leave the link to the tutorial on how to get this done. And then in the fourth stitch, you're gonna slip stitch, do the chain 6. Now I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Now for this one, I'm only gonna chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the second from the hook, slip stitch, which is basically just inserting your hook in the yarn, in the chain, yarn over, pull through, then just pull through the chain, the loop on your hook. Single crochet, we did this earlier. Half double crochet, which is the one that we did for the circle, and then the double crochet, which is what we were doing for our flowers. Once you have that, you're gonna go ahead and slip stitch in the second chain from the one you're working from. So that's 1, 2. Slip stitch, just insert your hook, pull through, chain 5, and you're gonna repeat what we just did. Then the second stitch from the hook, which is this, slip stitch, and you're just gonna do that until you're at the end. Then I'll tell you what to do. So, since we're almost done, you can start heating up your glue gun depending on how long your glue gun takes to heat. I just went ahead and plugged mine in. It doesn't really take long to heat, but I've never really glued anything around my decks. I'm normally on the floor, to be honest. So I'm not going to turn on my glue gunners yet because I don't want to get glue all over my desk. So I'm just going to wait until I'm completely done, which I'm not the last one. Hopefully you are too. Then once you're, so far you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then you remember where we did our first chain? That's where you're going to do your slip stitch. So you're just going to insert your hook right there and then do your slip stitch. Clip off your work, and this is where we do the part that most crocheters hate, like myself, the weaving in. I made some hats back in last year, actually December of last year, and I kid you not when I tell you I did not weave them in until a few days ago. And had I had no reason to weave them in, I probably would have left them that way. I mean, it's sewing, and a part of me liked to sew, but when I think of crochet, I love crocheting, and that's why I try not to do multicolor projects. But then, if you've ever seen any of my hats, multicolor projects are beautiful. They're like spectacular, and so I always find myself doing them. I mean, what other choice do I have, right? When I do my keychains, I normally just put it out here and then do my keychains. But it's all going to be glued. But be sure to weave yours in properly. I'm a bad example sometimes. Now we're just going to weave this one in. I need to get some more yarn, but I want to finish these that I have first and do like a complete yarn restock. I'm just weaving this in. As I say, since you're gonna glue it in, it doesn't have to be completely perfect, just enough on the inside. And snip, snip. Okay. My glue gun needs another glue stick. Now, while I wait to put this in, if you have not already subscribed, I think I'm at 55 subscribers right now, and I do want to get to 100. That's my, like, I don't know, that's my goal for February, to get to 100. But I only want people to subscribe to me if they genuinely like my content, you know. So if you genuinely like my content, I would most appreciate it if you subscribe. I don't know, I was gonna say something that was not gonna make me very happy, so I don't know how closer to the camera I can get, and I just saw my camera fall. So let me get these off. Last thing I want is glue on my gloves. So I normally put the glue here and on these stems here and glue them around. Now I try to use as little as possible, but my glue gun kind of has a mind of its own and it likes to mess with me. And so it be doing the most sometimes, or none at all. Okay, there she is. Okay, good girl. And it's the leftovers, the string that's always coming off them that gets to me. So once you have it like this, you're gonna put your stick right in the glue, press it down. Be careful because I got the glue gun burned me once. Like I think it was like the first time I bought the glue gun, like it was really painful. But if it catches like your fingertips, it doesn't really do anything. Just don't let it catch your skin. Oh, it's about to fall on my table. I was like, hell no. Remember, you want to put it at the bottom. I don't know. I don't know if it's a glue gun that I use. Sometimes it's kind of messy. I don't know how I got my keychains right. Maybe it's because I don't have any patience. And it kind of oozes out a lot. See, if you can see that. Like the glue gun web. I don't know. Anyways. Ugh. Doesn't really do anything. Not on my table. Stick on my clothes if you want. Okay. Try not to let it cool. But you're just gonna roll it. Want to ensure that you are keeping the bottom in line. So let me show you what I'm doing. So these rims must be in line with each other. So there you have it. That's what we have so far. And try not to let the glue get too cold. So as soon as you put on the glue on it, and don't put any glue at the top, just look where I'm putting my glue and just put your glue there too. Try not to get any at the top because you still want it to have that open. I'm going to show you my thing. You still want to be able to do, oh, it's sticking to my finger. Still want to be able to do this with it, which gives it a very naturalish look to me. There you have it so far. Okay, now we're gonna do I was trying to not let this video be very long, but it's a tutorial. If you want a shorter version, it will be on TikTok or I'll put it on YouTube Short. But I don't know how much you can learn from a 1-minute video. I know maybe you're one of those gifted persons. Like, oh, I do have a question for you. Now, I'm a part of the library. I'm a part of the crochet club at my library. And they have these books with lots of beautiful patterns. And I always say I want to do pattern testing. But I'm a visual learner and an audio learner. So if someone tells me how to do something, I can do it. every once in a while I can read something and know how to do it by just reading it. But for the most times, I'm also a practical learner, which means I have to like be seeing you do it too. And so although my library has this book that has lots of beautiful patterns, my camera fell. I kicked my tripod. Sorry. I hope you're still seeing me. So yeah, although my library has this book with lots of beautiful patterns, I'm not able to benefit from that because I can't really do patterns by just reading them like that. Like when I buy my yarn, there's always like the patterns at the back and they're always beautiful. But I'm not good at reading patterns like that. So if you are good at reading patterns, I'm happy for you. And I now see you differently. I see you as a very special human being. Now, isn't this the cutest thing? Now, isn't this the cutest thing? Like, I mean, ooh, I'd buy these. I'm going to show you some other ones that I made. Probably not the best, but I made them. Okay. I didn't show you, but when you're doing this intro that you get the glue on here. And that's what I was afraid of happening. So if this happens to you, right in that hole, just put some glue in it. And then just stick a good amount of this in it and just let it dry. While I'm waiting on that, I'm gonna just ensure that I glue this down. Ensure that this is glued down very, very secure. And you want to put your stick through. Once your stick is on it, I like to get the glue on the rows, like right here around the rim, so it's secure. Once I have some on the rim, this is the part that I hate. Now my pants is full of glue webs. And then you're gonna put some on here, just in a circle. Don't let it get too close to the stitch, just around here. And these glue, they finish so fast. Now for the utmost effect, you want to try to get your leaves in between in between these spaces, but I usually don't care, to be honest, so I normally just do it however I want. But for it to look at the utmost, I guess you can try to get it done like that. As I say, personally, I don't care how it is, because these are usually for me. And there you have it. Now what I do is on the double crochet to hide these holes, I normally put some glue and then I put it up, and then you'll still have like these falling over. You don't have to, but that's normally what I do. And that's just on the double crochets. And this is so messy. And I watch other YouTubers do this. It's like they were born to glue stuff together. I'm not. Or I wasn't. Let me turn off my glue gun. These my tables in one piece. And if you're still watching, let me know what color rose, what color flower you're gonna make. Now, had I known I was gonna love this so much, I would have made a bigger one. But it's beautiful. And now I need a vase. I mean, now this will make a really cute thumbnail for my video. Just scooch this in right here. You know. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope my voice wasn't too bad. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of February. That's my February goal. So share with a friend. And if you do manage to make one of these, you can always, and you have an Instagram or something, you can always tag me on my, that's book_off_yarns. So thanks again. And have a wonderful day, month, year, minute, time, second. And I hope I do see you in my next crochet video. Bye.